Alright guys, we got some stuff we want to go over today. We're going to do our first one of the, kind of the first back. We're going to do a scheme here for you guys. We're going to talk about some offense for you guys. And one of the things I want to go over is offense is about personnel and basically what you can do, what you have to take advantage of on your roster. And today we're going to talk about a team that a lot of people are going to be wanting to use over the course of this week and the next couple weeks. We're going to talk some we're going to talk about the Baltimore Ravens. And we're going to talk about the strengths and weaknesses of the Baltimore Ravens. And we're actually going to do this scheme. Let's take a look. We're just going to go through all the playbooks and we're going to do a scheme for every single playbook. We're going to tell you what team fits that playbook best, in my opinion. So we're going to do, like, for example, we're going to start off. So let's just look. First team is going to be, first play we're going to be doing is Arizona. Okay, so we're going to tell you what team best fits Arizona playbook. And we're going to talk about why that team fits that playbook. We're going to do this just for every team. So the defense is just going to be whoever. I don't really care. We're going to do the same thing for defense as well. So I'm actually just going to pull up Arizona playbook and look at it while I'm doing the offense. But what I want to talk about is the Arizona playbook basically is a very unique playbook. It is every year. It's just, and in my opinion, the team that best fits that playbook is going to be none other than the Denver Broncos, the New York Giants, the New England Patriots. You could also put the any team that's a passing-oriented team that could running back, especially the New Orleans Saints. But just for playoff sakes, we're going to go over the Denver Broncos. I know I said the Ravens, but I actually said that without thinking about it. We're going to do I forgot that Arizona was the first book we're going to go over. Now, if you guys know anything about MaddenTips.com, what they've been about this year is they've been about Arizona playbook. They've done a lot with Arizona. I think it's one of their e-guides is on Arizona. And I'm going to try to do this scheme without giving out their setups for those plays on those e-guides, even though it's going to be difficult because the plays they go over are plays that I also like. So hopefully it won't be that big of a problem. But we're going to talk a little bit today about some plays that I think is really going to blow your mind. And these are plays that gives as far as using the guide, but they're not the same setup. So hopefully you guys will forgive me. But they're only so much as effective. And we're going to talk today about mini schemes and about how we're going to utilize the Peyton Manning-esque no-huddle offensive attack, spread offense, dotting people all over the field. And we're going to talk about going from our passing formation to a running formation and really moving the ball quickly up and down the field. So one of the main audibles is going to be zone of post. This has been one of the best plays all year. It's probably the best man beater in the game. Now let's go into the Pro Twins. We got some Pro Twins. We had a counter. No, we didn't have a counter, did we? We got a blast. So we want a single back formation. So the single back is going to be the single back ace. And it's probably just going to be the stretch, I'd assume. Yeah. It's just going to be the stretch. So we're going to make that our X audible. X for run. So we got that. Single back ace stretch. We got the shotgun tight is on the post. We have the shotgun flip trips halfback wheel. This is literally one of my favorite plays in the game. Like if they didn't have coverage D in Madden, I would run this play every game, every play. And the lovely thing about Arizona is there's really not that many adjustments you have to make. These plays are very effective, very good concepts in Arizona's book. Just looking through some other stuff, maybe catch something in my eye. I wanted to talk about the So the double, I think it was white trips. Yeah, it was zone close. This is actually something that we found just out of the blue, but this is literally one of the best plays in the game, and we're going to talk about why it is in about 10 minutes. Of course, you got anything from doubles. A lot of good stuff in doubles, as there is every year. Every single play in doubles could be ran. I'm telling you, doubles is always one of the best sets to run. What's the other set? Tight doubles in the zone fade. If you guys know Ryan Dykes, he runs the zone of fade to perfection. It's one of the main plays he runs. So if you check him out, you could probably put that in your scheme. But this weak slot is what I want to talk about. This is one of the best, pound for pound, one of the best formations. And we're actually going to take that single leg ace stretch out and we're going to put in the weak slot counter. Or no, the zone weak. Okay. So we now have the zone run, and we have a very good pass and play from that same formation. So we're going to talk about how we're going to use the weak slot formation. Literally one person moves out of our base formation into that formation. And we're going to talk about why it's so effective. Now let's talk about the depth chart real quick. For the depth chart, you're going to want your first and second receiver to be your most agile receivers. This is going to be your 90 agility dudes. This is going to be your Demaryius Thomas and probably your Eric Decker, because Trent Holiday can't catch really well. So we're going to go with Thomas and Decker there. Our third receiver is going to be a tight end. That's very important. So we're going to put, there's no tight end in the base play, so you don't have to have a tight end in your depth chart. So you got Tammy here, you got Treason here. I personally like Tammy. For more run blocking, you can put Treason there. For more of a passing threat, you put Tammy there. It's basically what you want. 164, 163. I mean, they're both big targets. They need to be your third receiver. Okay, so that's Chip and Tammy. Brandon Stokely here. Brandon Stokely is very underrated in this game. Very good Madden receiver in general. So we're going to leave him there. I like his catching traffic, guys. Let's scroll that real quick. As you see here, 90 catching traffic. And what we have now is we have 90 catching traffic in the middle. We have a big time receiver in Tammy who can do a little bit of everything. You have Eric Decker who can, catch the ball in traffic well too. And then you have Demaryius Thomas. So I mean, a lot of good pieces here with this Denver Broncos team. And your running back, you want to be your best catcher. So for the Broncos, it would be no Sean Reno. For the Packers, it would be Alex Green. Stuff like that. That kind of a thought process. Okay. Now there are two different. There's a lot. I'm going to give you some mini schemes after I give you the main scheme. Okay, but the base play is you want to come out, and every time you want to come out in this zone, the shallow play. If you guys watch Twim, you'll know they broke down this play and why it's so effective. For some reason, this route that Stokely's on, it kills me in coverage. The same thing for circle, and the triangle route's going to be zone coverage. And what I would do is I would just fade Decker deep outing if they're off. But you see they're pressing up here, so you're just going to fade him. I would put Moreno on a blue route. I would block line aggressive. You're going to motion snap Stokely after 2 steps. So 1, 2, snap the ball. And as you see, he just roasts his defender. And it's a very good man-beating concept. It's similar to a fade, but it's not the same route. So it's a little different. Now let's talk about the circle route. You see the little step. If you throw it when he cuts, he's going to get wide open every time against man coverage. You see a little slant stutter step there. The zone can't get out there. Cover reducing is the only thing so far that I've seen stop that route. We'll throw it a couple more times. You see, if you throw it right when he stutters out to the right, it's basically like a Poco route. Check out ZB365 for a breakdown on Poco routes. But basically, they just don't cover it. For some reason, it's just what it is. So we'll take advantage of it. But again, with the motion of Stokely, you're going to be making that read first. And most of the time, I don't pass lead. If I do pass lead, to the outside on that route. So now we're beating them to the right side of the field. So we see, okay, not there, not there. Okay, we have that right there on the backside. Okay, that's going to be zone coverage if it's a cover 2 shell. So if they're jumping underneath against the drag, you now have that open. Okay, this route right here, bad read. Let's go over that. Okay, so that is how we beat man coverage for the most part. Here's how we beat zone coverage. As you see this little underneath drag, it's going to cross right underneath there, and it's going to get nice high-low read between that streak, that kind of streak pattern and the underneath pattern. So simply put, one of them is going to be open against zone coverage, just a high-low read. And the fade route beats man on the left side. It's being ran all year long. What you could do if you're on Xbox is you would drag Decker, put Tammy on fade, and you can motion him in if you want, and he's going to gross his man. It's been happening all year. We've been doing this since week 1, guys, but it's just a very simple concept when we go over that. Okay, let's go over the quick audible up. This is actually the main play we run, is curl flats, and if you know anything about curl flats this year, Charles and Gibbs have been huge on curl flats. But the one weakness of curl flats that I've noticed is the coverage seam kind of shuts us down. So if we call coverage seam here, we have it in our arms. We base on press coverage. So it basically looks like all of our other coverage, shade coverage out like so. I run curl flats, you'll see if I try to throw my hook patterns, for some reason it was open there, but usually it's going to be covered. Get into the coverage sync here. Against the curl flat concept, now all we have, as you see there's 3 people there. That's not a really safe throw. So what I like to do, if it's a nice little safety route in case they are in a coverage sync. Let's open a coverage sync, guys. What open a coverage sync is you're going to isolate the small linebacker. So he's either going to have to go deep streak or he's going to take the enemy drag. And basically what we're going to do is we're just going to make one simple hot route. We're going to streak Stokely. And if the backer goes with Stokely, we're going to throw the Marino. If they go with Marino, then we're going to go with Stokely. So a simple high-low read, as you see, bam. It's going to beat zone every single time. Honestly, guys, I'm telling you right now, it's one of the best zone beaters in the game right now. As you see though there, if they go with the streak, you have that snap throw to Marino against the blitz pattern. Now, if you're, and what I also like to do, guys, is I like to motion in Tammy, like so. So we're looking like we're throwing a fade pattern on the left, but we're actually throwing a flat pattern. And we're now throwing curl flat concept left. And we have a man beating concept to the right side out. And we have a zone flood, high-low read middle. Okay? Very simple concepts, guys. I know it's a little bit more advanced. That's the way I'm saying it, but it's very simple. If you take a look at this, we have a man play. And so that means that the Marino route should be open. If it's not open, say the user covered, then one of the outs will be open. So most of them in Tammy. Okay, they don't go with the running back, so we just throw it to them. It's a very simple read. It's very quick, very smooth. It's just a very easy read. You're just reading the outside linebacker. So for example here, if we show defensive play, you're going to be reading that blitzing linebacker. If he blitzes, then you know you have the streak. So he blitzes, we have the streak, wide open. Now say they're user guarding that side, because eventually they'll have to. Well, we have the best concept in the game on the left side of the field, and it will be man or zone, as we can throw a simple out route to Eric Decker. It's beat man, it's beat zone all year long. It's been a monster to defend. As you see here, here it is beating man coverage. So, now let's talk about, again, just very smooth. So that's the curl flat setup number 1. Now the setup number 2 for curl flats is the standard Z-Files pattern setup. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to put Tammy on a fade pattern. We're again going to put them on 2 out patterns. And we're going to motion and Tammy for 2 steps. And now we're beating man coverage to the left side of the field. So we were beating zone to the left. Now we're beating man to the left. As you see here, Tammy's going to roast his man coverage. You want to pass lead at 2 o'clock to Tammy after he cuts, and you'll have a very smooth man beater there. Now we're going to talk about setup number 3 is we feel they're calling, very simply, the cornerbacks are back. We read corners are back. We're just going to put them on 2 out patterns. We see they're using the right side, so we're just going to throw the left, using the left, we're going to throw the right. You're just going to throw to the side they're not using. Now if you see they're pressed up, however, if you want to run setup 3, then they're just 2 simple streaks. And okay, that's not there, not there, not there. Okay, we're going to throw the ball to Marino. It's a very simple read. Marino's going to be man coverage. The streaks are going to be zone. It's very simple read. It's been very effective all year. That's setup number 3 when you want to mix up the other setups. When they're starting to call cover to sync, have the dudes in yellows more often. So here we're going to run some plays. And you see here, the deep outs just kill the off coverage. Now another thing we could do, if we call a cover 2 coverage, well, that's why we fade those receivers. We have those flat patterns. Now all of a sudden they're in a cover 2 zone and they have nobody up that sideline. It's a very easy read, very quick throw. And as you see, we have them in position, and we know that man coverage is going to get beat by Decker's route. We know that zone coverage is going to get beat by both of them. Here's another thing real quick. If they're off, you can put them both on fade pattern, snap, and throw the ball to them. And they, for some reason, guys, especially with the flat zones, they will not cover that route. And I promise you, 10 times out of 10 times, I will throw that. Again, you see man coverage getting beat by the fade patterns. So that is setup number 3. And then real quickly, that's setup number 4. Is we're just going to drag Stokely. We're going to put Demarius on an out pattern. Actually, I said that wrong. We're going to put Demarius on a drag pattern. We're going to streak Stokely. And we're going to do the usual curl fly concept on the left. So now what we're doing is basically what we did in the beginning, but we're going to have an extra zone read. And we're going to have, this is when they're calling a lot of zone coverages, and they're mixing their coverages. We're going to try and destroy zone with this concept on the right side of the field. Left side of the field is going to be man coverage and zone coverage, but it can be kind of slowed down depending on how they cover it. But your main reads here is the right. Basically, we're going to read to that Marino route, to the streak. If that's not open, we're going to check out the Demarius. If that's not open, we have the man beater to the left. Okay, so no Sean Marino, wide open. And it's a quick 2-3 yards, but it's definitely worth it. The streak, wide open there. I threw a little late. There's that route for Marino. You also could have hit Demarius Thomas. It's just a simple who do you want to throw the ball to there. There's Demarius Thomas being man coverage off. Quarters, probably made coverage, and Demarius Thomas on his own blitz. So I mean, there's very multiple things you can do, but that's your reads there. And then if they do, for some reason, call man coverage and we're not ready for it, our standard setup, looking to the right, okay, they're in man coverage, we automatically know the out route's wide open. So we look to the left to make sure, and it is open, and we go for a touchdown. So there's 4 to 5 different setups for this standard play. Another thing you can do is you can just streak both inside guys, and you can drag both outside guys, and you're just going to destroy zone coverage. As you see, the streaks are going to be a user catch option downfield, and you have these underneath drag patterns that actually do decent against man coverage too. So a lot of things we can do from curl flats, especially from the gun spread formation in general. Your run audible down is your halfback draw. You just want to make it look similar to all the other plays we've been running. You want to go ahead and slide your line to pinch or aggressive, and you'll get some yardage there. You want to hold up the turbo as well. Once you get upfield, then you can hold the turbo. Just some quick tips for draws. Basically, if you ever see 5-on-5 running, then go ahead and check down the halfback draw. Okay. Let's go over the deep pass audible. This is the 4 verticals concept. This is one of the best concepts of the year. This is basically what we use to beat when we see a lot of people calling cover 2 sync play, the yellows on the outside. We're going to call the 4 verticals play, and we're just going to throw it to the outside pass lead over there. If that is open, if it's not open, sometimes it's open, sometimes it's not. It's kind of dicey. The main reads, though, let me tell you real quickly here. The main reads are in the middle of the field. Those 2 angled streaks are going to torch that yellow in the middle because he just doesn't get back there. And what you could do, guys, is you can go ahead and put right on a nice little curl pattern to suck down the yellow zone, and now your streaks. Also, guys, one quick note I want to talk about real quick. If they're in man coverage, and say you're running your 4 verticals concept, if you pass these streaks to the inside, you can click on them and you can just hold triangle as you kind of just body him up. Basically, you're just boxing him out almost. You're just running over him, and you're just going to go in like that. And just click on, and you should go underneath the ball, and you're just going to try and cut it off. That beats man and zone for the most part. It's not ideal against man coverage, I will say that. However, it's still very effective against man coverage. So that was a poor user play. One more time real quick for the fans at home. Getting in on a pick. This poor read had another other side streak. I was hoping to show you guys the man coverage ability to beat him. Right there. Whoa, I passed that to the inside. Man, he was just like, nope, I'm throwing to the outside. There it is. There's the man beating. The man beating potential. And then you see 4 verticals concept, beating zone coverage. Basically, you're seeing more guys deep than they have to cover. Let's go over the play action audible real quick. This play is very slept on in this offense, but what we'll basically do is we're just going to, our usual stuff, we're going to beat man coverage with Tammy. We're going to actually drag Decker, and we're going to put Demarius on an out route. Basically, your read is going to be the drag pattern, then the fade pattern, then the little pivot route, and the out route is the safety valve. Okay, snap the ball, get your drag. Okay, so you know it's man coverage, so you have that route. Okay, you want to throw that when he cuts to the outside. So that's how we throw that route. You can leave him on the straight if you want as a user catch option. Personally, I think it works best with him on a curl route or an out route. I actually like the curl better for some reason. So, the play action play I don't call much. It's just simply a mix-in. Again, zone a shallow is a nice secondary play call to go to, but the main play is, let's not kid ourselves, it is the curl flat concept. Because of that right there. It's just very difficult to defend, and they can't really blitz you. But again, guys, your first read on every play will be the running back. You just want to look for that right there, and because it's the most safest throw, it's very simple, very smooth, and it's a very nice snap throw to have. Just snap, and you have it, and you're up the field. And it really prevents them from blitzing you. They have to kind of user guard it. If you see that blitz right there, if you see that backer blitz, you know you have the running back. Every time, 10 times out of 10, guys. He blitzes, have the running back. He doesn't blitz, have the streak. He blitzes, I have the running back. See, it's just how the play works. It's very good. Okay, so that is basically the gun spread breakdown. And now we're going to talk about the flip trips formation and the halfback wheel play more specifically. And the halfback wheel play is one of the best plays stock. Especially if you look at the reads we have that as a quick throw. A lot of times that's open, guys. I'm not even kidding you guys. I hardly ever reach my second read when I run this play. And then I don't really hot route anybody, guys, to be honest with you. My second read on this play is a little crossing pattern from Thomas. My third read on this play is going to be, of course, the comeback route, and then I'm going to look back to these other angled routes and see what's going on. But you see that, for some reason I didn't get any protection on that play. Oh, you also want to go ahead and you do want a smart route decker, make it a little shallower of a comeback. You just want to pass it down to the outside. He's going to beat man, and the rest of the routes on this play are going to beat zone for the most part. The wheel route will beat man coverage. The little angled in route should beat man coverage. So split the play run here. And we're going to show you that little post route. You want to pass lead up against zone coverage. It's going to split the two hook zones. Very effective. And then your third read is going to be your comeback route. So okay, it's not there, not there, not there. I have that post route. Just got it off a little late. So we're going to try and show you the post route this time to Jacob Tammy. And the computer's blitzing us all too. Guys, on a normal play, I would just hit the wheel route, but I'm trying to show you the routes. I'm trying to show you how to throw them. What it is just a pass to the inside. You want to click on and you just want to undercut the ball. For some reason, I have no protection right now. Passing down into the inside. You have to wait until he cuts. That's the only problem with this play, is that route's kind of tricky to hit. You could put him on a fade pattern or a streak, depending on what you want to do. You could even place him on a drag pattern. It doesn't really matter. He's kind of an option. And so Stokely, you can do whatever you want with him. I personally, good lord, I personally like to streak or fade. I've never seen the computer play this much, guys. That's why I'm just going to go with a cover 3. Go over how that streak's going to beat zone coverage. As you see, they're going to take the crossing pattern, and then you have the streak. It's a pain in the neck to defend. And to be honest, guys, what you could also do is you could take Stokely and you can put him on a little fade pattern, and it's going to open up that wheel route even more. Because you also have a snap throw. I didn't do a good job there. Snap throw to the fade pattern that we went over a little bit earlier in the curl flat breakdown. Basically, what we're going to be doing is we're going to snap, we're going to throw it to him with no pass lead at all, and we're just going to click on, we're going to make a play. Snap, throw, no pass lead, and you click on, make a play. So if they're off coverage, you now are beating them that way. Now they're up coverage, they're press coverage. Again, you want to fade Tammy, you can put him on a hook, you put him on the alley, do whatever you want. But I personally, I like to leave him on that regular round. The main round on that play I want you to focus on is Marino and Decker. A two-man read between those dudes, those two guys. Basically, who's going to be open between them. And then you're going to come back to the left side of the field. That route is very rarely picked. I don't know, for some reason I should have caught that though. For some reason, that route just does not get intercepted. You pass lead to the outside, just a straight 3 o'clock pass lead. Just very effective. Straight 3 o'clock pass lead is going to get upfield like so. You got a blocker in front of you. Just a very effective play overall. Now let's go over the quick audibles and flip trips formation. I don't use these quick audibles much. I'm actually going to show you the goal line breakdown too. But your quick audible rundown is the draw. Your quick audible up is this little slot trail, which is really beautiful. I would just put Decker on a fade pattern, and then let the play do what it does. Circle's going to beat man coverage. The rest of the plays, the rest of the routes, you're just going to read right to left to see what beats what. So Stokely's route is going to be man coverage. Decker's route is going to be man coverage. The corner route is going to be zone coverage because you have that little trail route. So a lot of things you can do with this play. The drag route is going to be both man and zone for the most part. The drag route is the main reason this play, guys. So that's how I run that play. I don't really run that play much, I'll be honest. I would probably run that play 1 to 2 times every 10 games. Rarely ever get out of HB wheel. The play action play is very nice. You have that little poke around the left. I'd put Marino on a flat pattern, and then I'd streak Thomas. And basically, I would look to Stokely first, then to the crossing pattern, the highlight route between the crossing pattern R1, and then come back. So not there, but I have the streak. Click on, and there he is. Going to make a play every time. So that's how I run that play. I'm going on these really quick because I don't run these very much. In the deep pass audible, we have a wheel pattern and a post pattern, which is very nice. We're going to go ahead and streak Thomas. We're going to go ahead and zig Tammy. And we look at those little quick reads there. If they're not open, we're going to look to the left side of the field. But most of the time, the quick reads are open. If we look to the left, you have a pass leading post route you could go to, and the other stuff. Now we're going to go into the weak slot breakdown, guys. And we have the zone weak here. We have zone blocking here. You can kind of run inside or outside. Basically, wherever they give you the run is where we're going to run. Honestly, that's how I run that play. Now, you can play Mercury right and left, whatever you want to do. But as you see, they don't really, the defenders don't really move much. And the quick audible run down is they run to the right side of the field. It's a quick motion. It's really not that big of a tell, and it's actually very effective. It's a power O run. So we get to enjoy a power O run. Now, you see this right here where they start stacking the box. Our deep pass audible is not very good. Our quick pass audible is, it's okay. Our play action audible is decent. You can just run it as stock, and you read flat, streak, corner, streak, open that time. But the main one I want to talk about is the zone of pump and go play. I actually did not find this play. Z-Boy, again, he's got a better offensive line than I do by far, but he found these curl and goes, and you want a smart route. And then these blue routes are very effective. As you see, very good blue routes. If you can time them correctly, they're very difficult and annoying. Pain in the neck to defend. I faced them firsthand. I know how annoying they are to stop. And I would just drag Stokely, do whatever you want with him. But once again, just quick reads between those two blue routes, and then you have the curl and goes. And the curl and goes are going to kill man coverage. Or zone coverage, passing the outside. I think Muscle Chappie did a breakdown of these routes actually, and I'd actually leave them stock. You could smart route them. I'd smart route run and we go in stock. I looked at the quick curl here. As you see, very smooth user catch. So a lot of things you can do. You can leave him on the post. You can leave him on streak. Do whatever you want. X. He's not really important to the play. But you see how they bite on it almost every time. You just fade it over the top. No safety over top. It's going to be easy 6 points. If they don't bite on it, you can always throw the curl routes. So again, it's a curl flat concept that we are continuing to use throughout this guide. And then if you want, you can throw this post route. Again, Dallas defense is, in my opinion, Dallas has the best front seven in the game. The pass rush is just phenomenal. And the post route you could use to beat zone coverage if you want. Just pass lead up on that. So that is how I run the weak slot formation. You can put the curl play, the play curls in there for the zone and double curl and go. You kind of mix whatever you want there. Now let's talk about the, for some reason, I bumped the controller. Okay, so let's talk about the zone of post and why this play is so good. If you take a look at the left side of the field, the square route is going to beat man coverage probably 90% of the time, and then the triangle route is going to beat man coverage again 90% of the time. Those are, it's a high-low read between those two routes. Stokely's route is going to roast man coverage. Thomas's route kills every coverage. And Marino, we have a snap throw, or we could motion Marino out. We could do whatever we want with the running back. What I like to do is look to the right quick for a blitz. If they are blitzing, I automatically have my flat route. Okay, so if they are blitzing, if they blitz from the right, I have Marino open. So it's a quick read. They're blitzing. Okay, I throw it 5-6 yards within like 5 seconds. I'll take that all day. Okay. Now, okay, they're not blitzing. Okay. Oh, he jumped that route. But I have that Tammy route. I just pass lead those routes to the outside. Pass lead Jacob Tammy's route at about 7 o'clock p.m. If they're in zone coverage, Jacob Tammy is going to have position. For some reason, he's not catching the ball. How House's defensive brand was really good for some reason today. But anyway, that route will be zone coverage, just a high-low read between square and triangle. Okay. So here one more time, pass to the down to the outside, and the rout's going to be most every coverage in the game. Okay. Off coverage, we can snap throw it to Decker. As you see, pass it to the outside, and he'll get a little rocket, glitchy catch animation there. And that was a nice run. Hopefully we'll get some man coverage here. Let's get to a 2-man under. 2-man under, 3-man, 3-4, 2-man under, one of the best 2-man unders again. So here we look. Okay, they're not blitzing. Oh, but look at that separation we got from Eric Decker on that play. That's just nasty. He won't get open all the time, and the times he doesn't get open, you'll get in trouble if you throw it. So if he's not clearly open, then just progress to triangle. See there, he wasn't clearly. Let's go over that. Let's go over that. Okay, so he wasn't clearly open on that play. Watch the dude guarding Decker. He was not clearly open. See, he stayed with it. We throw that route, the ball, it's going to, Claiborne will undercut that route. So what I would have done is I would have thrown the ball to triangle here, with the passing down to the outside. Is how I would have thrown that route in conjunction with the rest of the routes in this play. Okay? Okay, and then let's talk about the circle route. The circle route is a check down route when nothing else is open. Circle route will be wide open, I guarantee it. Literally 10 times out of 10, if unless user guarded, that route will be open. You have Stokely breaking over the middle, so you're reading, okay, you have Stokely. Stokely's going to cross the field. You could also put him on a streak pattern if you want to make your a little bit more spacing in the field. So a lot of things you can do with this play, guys. Just get in the lab on it. But I'm going to give you the basics of the play. You could streak him, you could drag him, you could leave him on the route. But I personally streak him most times, just to keep him good with all the reads. You see that if they just blitz from the left, you're going to have that route. I'm guaranteeing it right now, guys. One of the best routes in the game this year. It's been one of the best routes all year. And you see the interior streak from a tight set is by far above and beyond better than any streak in the game. The inside interior streaks this year is really, really effective. So that's why I put him on a streak most of the time. So if I read left, read right, it's not there, nothing's open. Okay, I have circle breaking back across the middle underneath every zone. Phenomenal check down read. Okay, so that is how I run the zone post. A lot of different things you can do. There are multiple steps. You could drag Decker if you don't want him on that route. You could, like I said, you could do anything with Stokely. You could motion Thomas out, put him on a fade motion, put him on a Z. A lot of things you can do with that. Here, stick. You just smart route these curls. And one of them should be open all the time. If they're not open, the flat routes will be open. It's a very simple concept. Again, a curl flat concept. Just interior. It's a congested curl flat. Defense audible. Again, we have that route to the left side. So we're just going to run the stock basically. And okay, that's not there. Pass it down to the outside. You want to click on. You have to click on. It's very important. If you don't click on, he'll go underneath it. But if you click on, you should, for the most part, be able to body him up. That time I didn't click on, as you saw, he went underneath it. This time I'm going to click on. Now, unless I can just sack him in. Literally, man, I'm telling you guys, this is the most I've ever been sacked in practice with. Pass it to the outside. And you just click on, and you should make an it's almost like an over-shoulder catch animation if you're looking to get on that. Because if you're going to hit him right in stride, it's a very leveling pass. This is a play you call when they start zoning against you. They start trying to play zone coverage. And if the left side's taken away, well, now we beat zone on the right side by passing to the inside the circle. As X will clear out any of the middle zones, you're going right through the yellows. They can't recover. Okay. Let's talk about the play action. The play action was unique in the fact that we have that X route. I love that X route. I like to put Canarius on a drag pattern, and I like to motion Decker out and snap it once he sets. I like to smart route it as well. If there's no curl flat defender over there, I'm going to throw that route every time. If there is, that means they're in zone coverage. And I can just check down the drags. Basically, it's the main thing I'm doing here. So, once again, play action audible. Just want to block Moreno. Drag Thomas. They're blitzing, so I pass it to the inside to Decker, click on, make a catch. Very simple. It's been one of the best routes all year. If you want to leave it congested, you would just streak Decker, but I like that poker route. And it's not that big of a tell. I mean, yeah, somebody played motion route, but they're not really going to put a curveball in there. As soon as they see that, they're just, I'm telling you. And the triangle beats man coverage most of the time. The drag's going to be zone. The little angle route's going to be both, because he's going to make the dude freak out. I'm going to show it to you right here. He really does. He makes the dude freak out. Whoever guards him just freaks out. A little stutter. You just pass it open. So here we just pass it inside. For some reason, Sensible has 99 zone coverage in practice mode. Unfortunately, doesn't have that in real life. So, I mean, that's how I run this gun tight formation. A lot of things you can do from this. Again, real quick, just go over, you go streak, 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 streak. You can do something like this. Streak, double streaks, drags, and pass lead the streaks open. So, I mean, a lot of things you can do from this formation. Let's talk about the zone across stop from the boot trips. Basically, this formation, if you take a look at Decker here, this is what I want to focus on. If you go into man coverage, you see how they get misaligned here. That's base aligned, and we'll show you what happens when base aligned. It makes it worse. It goes out farther. Non-base aligned, you have to manually move him over to guard Decker. This dude is man up on Decker. You have to manually move him over. So what I like to do, if we get a look at this, then I'll go ahead and streak Decker, and then I'll just have a curl flat concept on the right side of the field and a wheel pattern on the left side. So I can throw that out quick. But the main route I want to focus on is the streak to Decker and why it's so effective. Because they get misaligned, guys. For some reason, they either get misaligned or they get matched up on linebacker. It's going to be very easy to pass lead because he gets a little speed burst off the ball. You're just going to pass it to the inside, and there's really not a whole lot you can do about it. You have to use or defend the streak. Now, once they start using defending the streaks, we have another route on the field that they have to use a guard as well, and that being Notion Moreno. We're just going to motion him. We're going to snap, and if they're not guarding the streak, you have the streak. If they are guarding the streak, you now have the left side or the right side of the field open. You also have a check down wheel pattern to Moreno that will be open if nothing else is. Okay, but as you see here, this right side of the field, we're just going to take it, snap, and pass it to the inside to Marius Thomas. Click on. It's going to be an easy catch. And then we're going to, if Marius Thomas is covered and flat route will be covered, then we're going to hit the post route, pass it up. And for some reason, Bruce Potter has 99 jumping, guys. But most people won't have that. And what you could do is you could drag that one dude. You could drag Stokely if you want to kind of suck it down for the post pattern. That's perfectly fine. It's another little quick read you can make too. So, a lot of things you can do from that play. That's just the foundation for you guys. I'm going to let you guys go ahead and take that to the next level. But one more time for the fans at home, I'll show you what happens when they're in man coverage. Okay. So I would go this play probably once or twice, but I see a lot of man coverage. Now, if we go to the quick pass audible, you see it's a screen pass, which is beautiful because we can put Moreno on a little flat pattern, put Demarius on an out pattern. If they're backed off, we can put Decker on a fade pattern. You see the snap throw fade to the outside, Decker's going to be able to catch that 9 times out of 10. It's going to be a quick little body catch. It's going to make the play more time. However, if that is not open, if you see something like this where they're pressed up, as you see here, off coverage, you're going to throw the ball in Notion Moreno on a heavy blitz, and you're just going to get upfield. It's a very quick screen pass. If the off coverage, though, if they're covering the screen pass, either the fade pattern or the stock fade pattern will be open. One of the two fades are going to beat whatever coverage they're going to try to throw to. Especially here, you see their impress coverage. You can go ahead and streak him. You can go ahead and drag him and do whatever you want. Personally, I like to put them both on a fade. I'm going to read the fade left first. I'm going to read that little DB. If he's not going into that purple zone, I'm going to throw that fade on the left. If he is, like so there, then I got this pattern. And I got a little screen pass, no submarine for quick yardage. So that is how I mix in the split little wide receiver screen pass in a trips formation, which is the best kind to have a screen. Let's go over the deep run on the down. And it is a little slam run, and if you just see the numbers, you just want to check down into your slam run. Very easy, very simple. Basically, if you have less than 5 guys in the line of scrimmage, when you're going to do that. Okay, now let's talk about the deep pass. Audible. I don't run this play very much. This is a smash concept. I would just drag Thomas, and basically, if they're you're just going to read right to left, so you're just going to read your drag. So if you see zone coverage, you have to drag. Just know that right off the bat. If for some reason you see man coverage, which they should not be doing, since what we've been seeing with Decker. Look at this guy. So if they are in man coverage, then the drag won't be open, but the corner route will. Actually, to the outside. Sometimes will, sometimes it won't. That's on one, but most of the time, you guys know, corner route beats man coverage. If that is all covered, that's going to mean we're going to have a shot of this Decker route. So, pass it to the left. He just runs by it. Most of the time he'll catch it, click on him, he'll catch that. You can also put him on the out pattern, whatever you want to do with Decker, it is up to you. But all this is going to be established by curl flats, and then coming out and all this other stuff is just kind of mixing in. Play action audible, we'll go over this little wheel route, which is what we love. We're going to go ahead and put Decker on a streak, we're going to put Marino on a wheel pattern, and we're going to motion Marino out, and we're going to snap as he sets. So right there. Now you have wheel patterns on the right and on the left pattern. It's going to beat zone coverage. You have the post route. It's going to beat zone coverage. The wheel patterns are going to beat man coverage. The drag is going to beat zone coverage. Post route is going to beat man coverage if you pass lead it correctly. This is our fag D killer because it does take a little bit to develop. But let's just go over it real quick. The common fag D is the 2-man under with the purples and the spot. Okay. So what we're doing here is we're going to drag, we're going to streak, we're going to wheel, and that's it. We're going to motion him out. And basically what's going to happen is the wheel routes, as you see a little pick play there, and it's going to be wide open with a pass lead up and to the right to Tangy. So that's what I do from this playbook, guys. And real quick, we'll go over a couple of mini schemes you can come out in to kind of confuse your opponent. Once he starts getting comfortable with you coming out in gun spread. The gun split offset here is one of the best pound for pound formations this year, especially if you go once we get into this. A couple plays we're going to talk about. The Zona double ends route is again a phenomenal play. You can pass lead this play so beautifully. The route to square, you can smart route it. Go ahead and smart route it, and you want to pass lead it once he cuts to the inside. And for some reason, well, let me rephrase that. Against man coverage, you want to pass him once he cuts to the inside. Against zone coverage, pass lead it once he cuts up. So as we see, we get man coverage, so we're just going to wait for him to go to the inside, and we're going to pass lead to the inside. Click on, make a play. Here we see zone coverage, we're going to pass lead to the left. And again, he sits in that little pocket very beautifully. Now, let's talk about the little blue routes here we have. We have Gronkowski here on the little blue route to us. So we're letting him slip out, we're just going to lob it up and let him go get it. We'll click Marino's blue route. He kind of, it's not even a blue route, it's basically just a flat pattern. But sometimes his defender will blitz, which is very nice. So, snap, and if they blitz, go ahead and throw that. Most of the time, you'll get some quick yardage. So it's basically just a nice smooth transition into a flat pattern. What I would do here is just do hot routes on the right. I would go ahead and leave Tammy on his route, but I'm telling you guys right now, that little route to Thomas, even if you don't smart route, it's one of the best passing routes in the game right now. and there's the flat route. It's just a quick read of if they blitz to the left. If they blitz to the left, throw the flat route to the left. If they blitz to the right, throw the flat route right. If they don't blitz, then that means you got to pass. People to pass, they tell them it's open. So that's how I run that play. Let's go with the quick audibles. Quick audible up, you have curl flats basically. You're done. Drag Tammy. So that's what I do from that. Your quick audible run down. Just the draw, which is nice. The split offset draws is one of the best draws in the game. So there you go. There's that. Deep pass audible. Crap. Your deep pass audible is the 680 Cook, one of the best plays in the game. Go ahead and just do whatever with Decker. Go ahead and fade Tammy. You want to snap, you want to wait for him to cut up field, and you want to throw it to Marino. Snap, wait for him to cut inside, and then throw it to him, or throw it to him once he hooks back to the inside. Well, I think there's a lot of ways to throw that route. Here's the Thomas, not the Thomas, but the hook route, or the little post route to go get in zone. The streak, I would turn it into a fade. So if they give you that look right there, that flat route will suck it down. Now you have the go to beat. Play action pass, play action poco, you just want to block Marino. You just want to pass. If they're in man coverage, you want to throw the poco right after in the zone, you want to throw the drag. So if you're in another zone, just throw your drags. Trust your drags against zone guys this year. Sensible. Oh my gosh. That's how I run the split offset. Let's talk about the bunch weak formation. Actually, let's talk about double speed. Was this the player that doubles weak? Was it halfback or whatever? No, it was not. Okay. The bunch weak. Again, done a bunch of very good play with the blue routes. A lot of things you do with the blue routes this year. Not spot dig, no. I primarily run the mesh post or the mesh out of this play, and it's just a very good, very simple read. The two drags crossing over. But your first read is going to be obviously Marino. Then you're going to go to the drags. Then you're going to go to the right side of the field. So you got that flat route as your quick read there. So quick read to the flat. If it's not open, go back to the right, the left flat. So it's two flat reads. Okay, you're going to be able to pass the Marino open all day. I'm telling you. Then you have your crossing patterns, and then you have your post pattern. Oh my gosh. You have your post pattern against man coverage, just pass it down to the inside, click on, and try to get underneath it. This is primarily a zone beater, however. But that's going to kill man coverage. They're going to have to use or guard the running back for the most part. You have the flat route of the blitz, as you see there. Your quick audibles out of this formation include the spacing, which is one of the best. You just drag him and streak Decker or fading. And against man coverage, you're going to throw the Decker. Against zone coverage, you're going to throw a circle. So, real quick. You can throw a circle or the drag. Usually it's going to be circle. As you see, he's going to sit down in the zone for a quick 5. Deep pass audible includes the verticals. Again, you're just going to fade Decker. Go ahead and block Marino. It's going to be quick read as to who's open. Pass it down to the inside. The wheel route's been beating man all year. It's going to continue to as we get into the season. Play action pass is the zone a bunch, which is very nice. I'm going to go ahead and fade Decker. Go ahead and just drag Demarius, and they're just going to look for the corner routes against man coverage and the drag right against zone coverage. And that's what I do from the bunch formation guys. I went over that really quick because I'm running out of time. Real quick, if we can find one more thing. We already went over the trips. Same thing from this, from the other one. It's just simple. It's the same concepts. The close zone across. It's a similar concept from the single back. He gets misaligned. And that's probably going to do it for the scheme, for the mini scheme breakdown. They gave me 2 mini schemes, and then I'll break down other schemes as I get them in my head. But for right now, this is what I remember. For the most part, out of Arizona, what I was running, what I've been running, and for the Denver Broncos or the Green Bay Packers, a very pass-heavy team is what I would recommend. And this has been the first scheme, and it's down of probably 35 different schemes yet to come. So thanks for checking it out, guys, and stay tuned for some more schemes. Have a good day.